Hello everybody. Welcome back to the Controller Chronicles channel. More importantly, welcome back to a brand new feature. So we've decided to do some wee interviews, and the brand new feature we've decided to call it the Sit Down with TCC, which is nice and casual, nice and new. So yeah, this is the first one that we've done. So we're literally just getting stuck in, and the ideas here is we'll be inviting people on to talk about video games, life, anything else that tickles our fancy. You know what we're like, we disappear off onto tangents all the time. So we hope you enjoy the first episode, and with that being said, I'm going to shut my face. I'm going to hand over to Mr. Fletcher, who's going to be doing the majority of the talking this evening. So away you go, sir.
Out of my comfort zone, but let's go for it. Right. I've got a big introduction, so I'm going to fire this out. And forgive me if I forget anything. So, our guest today is no other than... I've known him as HD Flair, Kezaragi, Livonia, James. From 1996, I've known him as friend.
You have, yeah.
So we have got James on the channel for our first interview. So
yeah,
welcome
in.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me, lads.
Yeah,
much appreciate you jumping in.
Big contributor to everything we do. Supports the channel, supports the streams, supports the videos.
Definitely.
Probably one of the reasons I got into gaming. So this is quite emotional and a privilege for me to be able to do this. So
it's all your fault, James, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Battlefield.
I think it's more than just Fletch though, so
right, so let's get the first question out of the way. Simple as, how did you get into gaming?
Quite simply, when I was a wee youngin', I don't want to say, well, to be fair, not wee, I've never really been small, but yeah, my mom and dad just one birthday decided, what should I get? What should we get our boy? We'll get him a nice big Sega Mega Drive. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sorted. And honestly, ever since that day, I've been addicted. Just look behind me.
Honestly, a cracking place to start as well, let's be honest with you.
Perfect.
My parents clearly knew. They're like, no, my boy's a gamer. That's what he's starting with. And well, I'm still at it now, and I don't see me stopping anytime soon.
Yes.
What was the first game you had?
So the first games I had was, well, Sonic 1, which came with a console, of course. And then every so often, back in ye oldie days, we had a little shop on the road called Cash Converted.
Yeah.
Every weekend, I get my pocket money, a couple quid, down to Cash Converted, just the big stock of Sega Mega Drive games. Go and pick one.
Yes.
And that was it. And ever since, I got all the Sonic games. I've got Streets of Rage. Oh, God, the list goes on.
Yeah.
So many different games I picked out of there and figured out what I enjoy and whatever else. There's so much. Sadly, I don't have that collection anymore, which feels bad. But
unfortunate.
It is
You know what?
That's great, because that story sort of leads me into my next question is, what sort of games do you like?
Honestly, pretty much everything. I do have my specific enjoyments though. I love my RPG games, like the JRPGs. Obviously, typical role-playing games. You've got your Souls-likes. You've got Devil May Cry's, Monster Hunter. There's so many. I'm not really picky. Turn-based games I enjoy as well. So your Final Fantasies, Persona, Star Ocean. Recent Expedition 33 Game of the Year, by the way.
Yes, 100%.
The man has taste. The man has absolute taste.
Obviously, Star Ocean, sci-fi as well. We've got Mass Effect, which bumps a big so you've got me as well.
Yes, buddy.
And your typical fantasy games, so your Elder Scrolls, Fable. There's so many.
I am
Man is hitting us with some speciality stuff here. Son,
We'll put a wee pause on there because with all of them, I'm a bit out of my depth. With regard to these games.
So I mean,
Then they were-
listen, the list of games you rattled off there is very, very similar to my tastes. You know, we've spoke about.
I forget Resident Evil, of course.
Yeah, Final Fantasy games, the Resident Evil games. We've spoke about them all at length. So I suppose what a quick sort of addition to the question I would ask that Fletch asked would be if, and I know this is almost impossible for you, but if you had to pick one favorite game of all time, just one, what would it be?
As much as I want to say Star Ocean, because that is my favorite game series of all time, I
so
have
good.
to say I'm wearing part of it. It's Final Fantasy for definite for me, because it's been my life pretty much.
Yeah.
It's what got me hooked into gaming. It's what got me into music design. I did music stuff at college, multimedia, web development. That was my college and uni course. And but even reading and stuff, like I've not really been much of a book reader. I have read books, of course, but most of my reading medium is from games like Final Fantasy. So I think if Final Fantasy wasn't around, I don't think I'd be the same person, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fair.
Oh, wow.
That's fair.
I like that.
fucking impressive, by the way.
Have you got a favourite Final Fantasy?
Definitely 9, without a doubt. I don't have to think about that.
Beautiful.
The man knows what he likes, and it's beautiful.
Think about that.
Beautiful.
Right, let's move on then. So like us, you're a game streamer. We also have our own individual channels as well with what we do here. How did you start? How did you start streaming? How's your sort of streaming journey went? I know also you went for a recent redesign and stuff, but talk us through what you've been up to with your streaming.
So when I started out, my whole intention was pretty much just, I'm playing these games anyway, so I'm gonna run this channel so that if anyone's bored or they just want to see like what a new game's like or whatever, they can just like pop on over and have a wee little nosy, nothing serious. Just sort of, it's there. If you want to watch, you can watch. Simple as that. There's no obligation, no nothing. But then over the years, I did get some people step forward and go like, you should try and like step up a bit, get maybe a bit more serious, try and get some like monetization out of it, maybe even make a career out of it. Now, obviously, doing that just through Twitch is extremely difficult. Like you can't just do one platform. You have to you have to do YouTube, potentially even TikTok these days. And anything, like the hardest part about streaming in general, exposure. It's getting your name out there. It's so difficult to get noticed when there's hundreds of streamers out there with tens of thousands of viewers at one time, and they're not going to take the time of day to go and look for this wee little channel that's got like two to four viewers. Like they're not going to care. You've got to do something to really get out there. Kind of going off on the tangent, but yeah. So I just thought, I'll think about it for a little while. Didn't really think much of it, to tell you the truth. I'm not super serious person, to be honest. I've had my serious stuff, which we'll probably get into a bit later. But yeah, so that was it really. And then from there, I'm now, as Fletch mentioned, I've been doing a redesign. I got myself made into a character. Well, I haven't actually announced this yet, so this will be a first, I guess. I've been turned into what they call a VTuber.
Ooh.
I have that in the works. That's hidden. No one's seen that yet, except the person that's making it, of course.
Exclusive.
There's that.
Yeah, boy.
And
That's good.
yeah, hopefully from there, I've got plans for YouTube as well. I'm in the middle of working on that. Just recently upgraded a bunch of my equipment, so that's making sure everything's up to snuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, I'm just sort of taking it day by day. Like, it's not, I don't want to stress over it because it's not a thing I want to stress about. I love gaming, I love playing games. I don't want it to ever feel stressful and stuff like that. But I have a story on that to talk about later. So
Yeah, honestly,
on a different part. So yeah, that's how I started, and well, I'm still here now, still going at it.
Yeah.
honestly, I think we could all agree that if feel free to share anything in our channel or anything if you. Yeah, we'll give you shout outs and stuff, mate.
You'll get the same from me, don't worry.
we're all in this together, I would say.
Exactly.
Glad I want to jump in here for just a second as we speak to him. I've only really known you, James, since this has all started. Let's be honest with you. I've only recently been able to come in at your streams because I'm an old bastard and I need to go to sleep for work. And every time I've come in there, I've been fucking thoroughly enjoyed. I've enjoyed myself. As you say, it's no super serious. It's just nice chill. It's just the gameplay's fun. I was watching you play the Metal Gear Solids. I was watching you play the Hollow Knight. I'm fucking scared to play Silk Song, but fuck it, we ball.
You'll enjoy it. It's good fun.
It's just I've really your streams. I can just go in there. I don't have to say anything. I enjoy my time in there. So that's entirely down to yourself. There, it's just make it a really nice, relaxing place to come in. Funny when shit goes tits up, but it's always enjoyable. I just wanted to put that in and say, Fletcher's known you for years. The Nipper's known you longer than I have. I've really only just started with a lot of the people here, so I just wanted to add my 2.5 pence in there, big fella. So
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
I appreciate you, big fella. When I do get a chance to jump in, I've never had a bad time.
Yeah, nice. Well, because
that's what I'm aiming for.
Good, because we like going off on a tangent. I'm away to put James on the spot here.
Go on then.
Flump might take some. Flump will take an interest in this one.
We'll see what can interest.
James was the one that got me into Destiny 2.
I was, yeah.
Now,
okay.
James has left. James has left us.
Okay.
Well, I want to know what drove you away from Destiny 2.
No, controversial.
Right. Oh, we're in for a long one now.
Good.
So basically, well, my first issue I had with Destiny was, well, not everybody's into it, but I was into this hardcore, and that's PvP. I used to fucking love PvP. I was... we'll talk about this more when actually knows that we'll mention Battlefield at some point. And yeah, I was like super serious. Like, basically, I was one of those guys that's like, oh, if anyone on my team does anything wrong, I'm gonna fucking shout top my lungs either. Like, Ron Blaker over here.
Yes.
That was a bit more of my dark side to say, but it's something I took pride in. I was good at the game. I was able to do a lot of stuff. I had really high stats. I think my AD ratio was like 4 point something. Like, it was pretty nuts. I don't know what it is now.
Good.
Never gonna check. Don't care anymore. That's gone.
Honestly, fair.
And there was the one point when first crossplay got introduced, and then here comes all the cheers. Fun. So basically, every time I went into any form of like quick play game, or I forget the competitive modes, it was there for a while. I don't know if it's still there, where we had to grind for Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten back in the day.
Yeah,
not both of those, of course.
Obviously.
And yeah, just like, funnily enough, going into the competitive mode was arguably less sweaty than quick play somehow. It was very weird. Basically every other game, it was just cheater, aimbots, wall hacks, whatever else. And that was the first thing that I went, no, there's no point me having these, like, trying to flex anything when anybody could just come in and just go, oh, I got wall hacks, I killed the whole team, easy.
Yeah.
The man has a point, to be honest with you. The man has an actual point. He's not wrong.
The second part was... not that I dislike raiding. In fact, I would go out and say that the best part of Destiny 2 is the raids. The raids are super fun when you have a team to do them with. But I did have issues with multiple teams I was in because, time constraints. Obviously, it's not the easiest getting 6 people together, let alone more than that. And it only takes one person to ruin the fun for everyone, honestly, when it comes down to it. And sadly, that's happened more than once with me. I've even bumped into some famous, I say famous, I hate the fact that I'm calling them famous, but they're YouTube creators. I've actually raided with a few of those. And let's just say they're not all what's cracked up to be.
Yeah.
Some of them are. I've PvP'd with, my name is Bife, if you've heard of him. He's a fairly old YouTuber. I've done PvP, he's a good guy. But then I've also played with More Console. That might be another one that jumps out. very old
Fuck me!
OP creator there.
That's a blast from the past, you.
You beautiful bastards. he's a good lad as well. I've raided with Dattle.
Yep.
Wank up.
That wasn't anything serious. That was just basically a Twitch thing. It's like, oh, we'll pick people in the chat or whatever, and I randomly got mentioned somehow, and they brought me in. That was fine.
Yeah.
Dattle got a wee bit annoyed at some points with certain people for being not up to snuff, as I mentioned. I get it, like whatever.
Yeah.
But then there was a couple that I will refuse to name that were just outright. I don't want to cause any drama around, but they were arses.
Well, they cunts. I'm happy to say it. I don't give a shit, but I don't give a shit who they are. They're cunts.
Yeah, well, I'll leave it. I'll leave it up in there. But yeah, they're. Some of them are still going about now, and it boggles my mind how they're still going about. To be honest, with how they act, but well, maybe that's what people like. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
I know.
And then after that, it just felt like I was logging in, doing the weekly stuff and whatever, but I didn't really have an end goal. It wasn't anything I was really aiming for anymore. That PvP was out the window. I'd stopped doing raids because I just didn't have any real teams to do it with, and bugger using LFG half the time because, good lord.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, but when it started getting to the point, it's like, oh, join our team. You must be X level with X equipment. Must have Gallarhorn and fuck that.
Yeah,
Whatever. I've never had this issue because I was one of the smart people that bought it week 2 when it was out, and everyone said, "Don't buy this weapon. It's a piece of shit." But I'm one that bought it. Hell, I bought Red Death on week 1, and I used it for fucking years.
See, at least by Red Death was smart because he knew what it was. Galahad was unknown, but no, that's genuine. Everything you're saying is fucking a very factual point, and it just shows the sort of how easy and how quickly it can just go for playing a game that you love to not giving a fuck.
Yeah, I actually had all the collector's editions for Destiny 2, but they're gone. I got rid of them. So,
Batman.
That's how much of a sort of get me out of here. I'm done.
Yeah.
The
unfortunate thing is, a lot of the time when you do fall out of love with something like that, it's because of other people.
Mostly, yeah.
It's not bad that games can increase and decrease in quality, and you can agree with some things and that, but more often than not, it's because of people, which is unfortunate. But
very much so. But the question is, are you happier now that you've left the game?
I do miss it from time to time because it is fun to jump on with some of the lads that I met, and obviously I've played with Fletch a bunch as well, and also Josie. We all mentioned that's the guy I got my Flawless Raider achievement with. Me and him, we duoed Crota's End back in the day. From start to finish with no deaths. That was a trial. That took a long time.
I'll bet.
And the worst part about it was that everyone at the time was glitching it, but me with the egotistical mind said, no, we ain't glitching that shit. We're doing it man mode.
Legit.
I like that. So I ain't glitching shit. I got balls bigger than you, therefore I'll get it done.
To be fair, though, we did have to cheese the bridge because you need more than 2 people for that. But
that's
fine. That was unnecessary bit of Gorgonzola.
Yeah, that was the whole revive thing. You revive it 1 second, and for some reason it spawns the bridge in. Huh? Don't know.
It just does.
You don't question it. You just accept it.
Yeah.
Well,
I would happily go back to it. I just want, like, if I find people I can play with, like, obviously I could potentially join up with you guys, and
exactly.
I believe Gabby's been getting into it as well, so I'm sure we could work out something with the group of us.
It's
installed on my PS5. Like, it's there.
it could be like a special one-off. We grab 6 folk, we go a day something stupid, and we all have fun.
Sounds good to me, to be honest.
We'll do Vault of Ass.
Good old days.
Glass.
We still push him on the cliff because that's the best part.
No, Nipper. He meant what he said. He meant what he said.
Right, moving on.
Yes.
Moving on quickly. Gaming achievements. I know you've got lots. So
I do, yeah.
This
is actually the hardest part here.
Maybe bring it down to 5.
I don't think I can do 5. To be honest. I've got 3 written down actually.
Oh, is that 5 per game? Is that per game, or is it general?
I picked some different games here. So first of all, we'll touch on Fletch. He's love and joy Battlefield. So back in the day, we played good old Battlefield 2 Modern Combat on the PS2. And that's when, as Fletch mentioned, it went by the name HD Flare. The HD stood for Hotshot Delta Force. And funnily enough, there was actually a group of us that all joined, like one after another. We all had names starting with F, which I thought was kind of funny.
I was one of them.
Basically ended up being a little sub group, like a squad.
Mm-hmm.
And so that started out basically. I went by another name, and basically all I ever did was sit in a helicopter, just fire on the map, and just absolutely terrorize the living shit out of everybody. That's just what I loved doing. That was me. Fletch, knows this very well. And I ended up bumping into Haza at the time, who was the leader. And I've not spoken to him for years, sadly, but I'm sure he's still about somewhere. And he noticed and thought, yo, this guy's a fucking helicopter pilot. I'm going to add him. I thought at first it was like, oh, he's the top ranked guy. I've annoyed him or whatever. Okay, I'll entertain it. Right, come on, send me your shite mail or whatever. And added him. And he was just honest to God. He was like thrilled. He's like, oh my God, never seen such a good pilot and whatever. And you should come play for our team. And I was like, okay, sure. I mean, this is not what I was expecting, but I'll play well for now, see what happens. And he brought me into a group at the time with a whole bunch of other guys that we've met. And I ended up doing tryouts for them and passed quite easily, I would say. The hardest part was actually not being in the helicopter, but I did manage. It was fine. And then from there, we were looking for other folk. And then that's when I said, I know a pal. I know somebody that will join. And I went ahead and said to Fletch, yo, I know this is a game you really enjoy playing. He still does. He still talks about it all the time, Battlefield. Like, when you coming back to Battlefield? Soon. The new game's soon. So, soon. And I got him in, and we got him through the tryouts. He passed as well, no bother, because Fletch, when he knuckles down and focuses on something, he can really get it done. I've seen it.
Yeah. Yep.
And another game we're going to talk about in a minute, where he was a bit of a demon, I'll be honest. So yeah, we went on game battles for a while. We ended up hitting number 1 on the game battles leaderboards for a while, a couple of months, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. And we did eventually. Fletch actually doesn't know about this, but we were participating in something at the time called XTV, I believe it was called. Very old, very, very old streaming thing, basically like an online tournament thing. Mm-hmm. It was in the UK, it was in London somewhere, and the group of us went down. I think it was 8 of us. I was one of the 8. And we went and played in that. And sadly, we didn't win, but it is what it is. I think the video's still out there somewhere, but yeah, we were in that for a while. And then from there, actually, a few years later, we picked up another classic FPS game, which I'm sure you two have played as well. It's a wee little indie game called Halo 3. And yeah, I think basically all of us got addicted to Halo 3. And for good reason. It was so fun. It just felt perfect. I loved playing Halo 2. I had another really old friend, Charles. He would always come over to my house with an Xbox, the original fat Xbox, the Duke or whatever it was called. And we always played Halo 2. And I enjoyed playing Halo 2. I never really took it too seriously though. But when Halo 3 came out, I was all ears. I was like, yes, this is a game I can sit and play. So I got hella serious into that. I went MLG in that game. Met up with a person that I actually met during that Battlefield stint, and he said, you should try for MLG, like one of the categories. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll give it a go. And Sally didn't get to join a team or anything, but I did play solo. There was a Lone Wolves category, and Sally never really took off or anything, but did play in a bunch of fairly big tournaments. Got recognized by a bunch of people.
It's good.
I've outplayed some of the known best, so that always feels good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sadly, only once in a blue moon, but it did occasionally happen, so it was nice.
But that happened, and that's what matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, yeah. And it's out there somewhere. Someone will find it, but it's out there somewhere where I outsniped some of the absolute best at the game. And even time to time back when I was playing Destiny, some folks noticed from Destiny, wait a minute, recognize that name, and then they sort of dug me up and realized, oh shit, it's that guy. Which I thought was kind of funny, even though that's a story long past. Mm-hmm. And then obviously I mentioned Fletch with Halo. I would practice a bunch of Fletch. And let me tell you something. This man on Halo 3, Jesus fucking Christ. 1 minute, it'll be like, I was like, whatever, I done get 2 shites. Give this man a drink, right? And he feels absolutely mental. I've seen him throw sticky grenades across the map, somehow bounce off 3 different walls and get a triple kill out of it. Like multiple times. Pulls out his ass every time. Mental. I was like, phew.
Can't teach it.
Jesus,
I can't teach
the maths major right here with the angles, getting it all set up. I'm just sitting at the back shooting people.
You're trying to think of the angles. He's just like,
He just throws it. Yeah, it's the whole enemy team.
Not only does he know knows the angles, he knows every possible combination that he needs to throw it in, and that's just with 1 sip of his fucking juice. Imagine what that.
I started joking to him like when we were playing Battlefield. He's like, I'm doing shite, and I was like, just get a drink in you, you'll be fine. I'll go get one.
Yeah,
I'll do worse. You'll do better, so it's all right. Make up for
it. That squint eye does a lot for me.
There you go.
Okay.
And the final one we'll talk about. So, Final Fantasy 14 is a game I've played for. Well, I say played. It is actually played now. I've officially given it up. Feels bad, but I'm kind of happy to be done with it. I played it for the past 10 years, basically daily. And at first, again, it was just sort of like, I'm just going to take it chill, just be me, be casual, find a group of people to play with. I did all that, did some content, and eventually it was like, what if we can do the next thing up? Tried it. Went, well, we did it. Cool. The next thing. We'll keep going. We'll keep doing it. And then I got to the point where I decided, you know what, I'm going to try Raiden because it's a game you have to pay monthly for. And my logic was basically, if I'm paying for it and there's content I can try, I want to try it because I'm paying for it. I want to do everything. Yep. So I'm going to try it. I went and raided with a nice bunch of people at first. Keyword at first. And it went well for a good while. And then certain folks in the group, a little bit too big-headed. Some of them I still talk to, funnily enough, which thankfully, nothing bad between us. But yeah, some of us were a little bit too optimistic with what they wanted to do, and then people started splitting off, groups go away. It's the same thing with Destiny, to be honest.
Aye.
Kind of scary how similar the two games are.
Yeah.
But I got to a point where I met up with a specific group of people. Again, I've had quite a bunch of drama with them now, so I don't want to mention any names in case they somehow find this. I mean, if they do, hi, how's it going?
Hey.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I raided with them for, I want to say, 6-7 years. On and off. I did leave a few times. It was just twice, actually. And we did all the hardest raids. We did all the content when it was new. It was all like, we made everything look easy, to be honest. And then a new type of content came out, and it's called Ultimate Raid. And this stuff is basically, if you've seen a Final Fantasy 14 encountered, some of the trials or whatnot, you've got like 5-6 minutes. You've got big ass boss you have to fight. You've got 8 people. A couple of piss easy mechanics, let's be honest. A couple of AoE, like you heal through stuff, and then it dies, and that's it. Well, imagine that, and then you take up to the next level, which was called Savage. So you double the time encounter for the fight. It's like 10 minutes usually for the harder fights. And it's the same kind of stuff. The mechanics a little bit more difficult. Sometimes they don't have any markers or anything, so you've got to learn that all. And then, at the end of the day, though, well, especially nowadays, it's basically just a slightly harder version. Still fairly straightforward, easy peasy, whatever. And then they came out with Ultimate Raid. You take that 10 minutes, you double that again. Now we're up to 20 minutes in one go. But now everything, and I mean everything, the boss could like do the people's eyebrow to you or something, and you'll fall over and die. That's how deadly everything is in Ultimate. It's very, very scary. And like basically, yeah, you've got 8 people as well. You all have to coordinate. Usually, all have to be in different places at different times, doing different things. With one person calling out, "Me, lucky me." all the videos I've got of those, it's always been me that did all the call outs. And yeah, those fights were, let me just say, a toll. It was like, I actually summed this up to someone recently. I said it's like a full-time job where you don't get paid. Ooh. That is basically what Ultimate Raiding felt like to me after a while. At first, it was just the joy, the fun. Like you get the really fancy title where you can step out into like an open space and you're like, oh, look at my title. Yeah, I've done that. yeah, that was me. I did this. I've got a nice glowy shiny weapon on my back that I didn't have to buy or anything. Like whatever. But then nowadays it's like, well, anybody can sort of just go, oh, I want this fight done. Oh, give me money. Okay, we'll go and do it. Easy peasy, sorted. And I'll be honest, I've took part in this stuff. I mean, you can go ban my account if you want. I don't play the game anymore, so I don't care. Yeah, I did that for a bit, sold some encounters and whatnot, but that's when it started going downhill for me. It's like, well, if someone can just walk forward and go, hey, I've got this amount of money. I'll just buy it.
Yeah.
Why am I fucking spending 40, 50 hours of my life a week trying to clear hard content where someone could just walk up with a wallet and go, I want that. I'm from Saudi. Give me. like, fuck's sake. It's like, yeah. And then, as I mentioned with Destiny as well, drama was quite big actually, especially later on where the content only kept getting harder. And the last one I did was Dragon Song's Reprise, I believe it was called. It's known as DSR in that community. And that fight was absolute hell, to say the least. It's about 25 minutes long. You make one single mistake, you're back to the start. And without spoiling it for anyone that's not seen it, you have a story, you're playing along a storyline, and at one point, there's a big moment in Final Fantasy where a specific character dies, but this encounter basically goes, what if somehow your team goes back in time, because timey-wimey shit, and you actually save him? What happens next? Well, I found what happens next. I'm fucking glad he's dead. And yeah, so that fight practically broke my entire group to bits.
Yeah.
It got to the point where everyone was pointing and blaming each other. I'm just sitting back here like, I don't care. We can do it. We're not stupid. Like, I don't need to yell at anybody. Yeah, some of us had pretty big crash outs, to be honest.
Yeah.
I had a little mini one saying that, nah, after we're done here, I'm done. I'm quitting the game because I feel like at that point I've got to my highest peak.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in going any further. This folk's way older than me, still raiding and doing amazing stuff. Good on them, but I've had what I've enjoyed about it. I've stepped away. I played the recent expansion. I can't remember the name of it now. For some Dawn Trail, that one. And I have played it. The story was all right. I just doesn't feel the same as when I first played the game. So I gladly just decided, you know what, I'm gonna step away here. I didn't even tell anyone I was quitting, to be honest, except like close people. I just said, look, I've had my fun. I've been known for the past 10 years. I've been at the fan fest events. And usually you get these little name tags. I should have pulled one out to show it, but you get this name tag. Basically, it's like one of those silly memes, like "Hello, I am," and then character name.
Yeah.
And you wear that, and it was multiple times. I want to say at least 20, 30 times that someone shouted across the room and went, "He's made my raid stuff. He's done my raid potions. He's done the strategies and stuff for me." Like, okay, right, job. All right, yeah. I'm here enjoying myself. Don't have to point me out, thank you. And yeah, so like I said, I've got very good memories of all the games. I've got nothing but respect for the boys I used to play with. Yeah. But it's unfortunate how it all ended, but I don't hold any grudges. I'm not that kind of person. Fletchy kens me well enough to know that I'm not somebody that really goes like, oh, this guy's like, that's the most you'll get out of me. But to the point, like, you know, harassing or whatever. Nah, that I don't care. I've got better things to be doing with my time. So it's like whatever. It's like yeah, we had a fallout. If the guy randomly stepped forward and just decided, oh, you know what, I'm gonna see how he's doing. I'm not gonna turn and go, oh, don't talk to me, you prick, or whatever. I'll be like, yeah, how's it going? What you been up to, bloody? But I'll be nice and civil. I'm not somebody that starts stuff. I'm terrible at arguments. So I'm utterly shite at arguments.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, so I've basically told my life story at this point, so we'll keep it at that 3. I think that's fine. But I've had multiple other things with card games, just basically bits of everything. League of Legends for a little while as well, and I've been everywhere basically.
I've been everywhere.
Quite happy with how I've done, to be honest.
No, that's great. Yeah, and also. Never downplay any achievements because gaming's so vast that it's even the minor things for some people are just big achievements, you know.
Exactly, I 100% agree with that.
Defeating a boss on your 10th attempt, you know, that's an achievement in my eyes.
It doesn't matter how many times it takes. If it's 1, 10, 100, if you do it, you've done it, and that's it.
Exactly, yeah. Right. So like I've said in the introduction and stuff, you are a big part of obviously what we do here. So, what do you like about the Controller Chronicles, and what do you not like about us?
What do you not like?
So
How brave are you feeling?
I was saying to Fletch, he messaged me and he said to me, like, sort of gave me a little heads up, like, what do you like and not like? I was like, oh, I can think of stuff, but the dislike part, I might have to do a wee bit of homework here, because I'm not one that usually dislikes anything. Like, if you do something to upset me, I'll sort of just shove it over the shoulders, like, whatever, like, just doesn't agree, it's whatever. But liking stuff, that's simple enough. So, as I said before, back on episode 10, if you've not watched episode 10, go watch it, by the way, it's fucking awesome. Basically, what I like about the Control Chronicles is it's very relatable to someone like me. It's a bunch of banter with friends. These are all good guys. I've obviously known some of you longer than others, but that doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're all good lads. You have a bunch of fun, laughing, making jokes, whatever else you come up with. Some of the things you've come up with is brilliant, to be honest. Like double wide.
Just double wide.
And shit man.
Shit, man.
Yeah, some of those, but they crap me up for a bit, I'll be honest. But yeah, it's just the fact that you're out here having fun, messing around, and no giving a shite about it, basically. And I can appreciate that. It's just like honest, good fun. And I think the internet needs more of that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Elliot, if you send me your bank details, I will send you that money.
Yes, get the bribe
I'd see them tell me how much he wants, I'll send it.
No, I think, listen, I'd quickly just want to very quickly say that, you know, we do appreciate, obviously, the any input, any, you know, reflection on what we do. As you said, this isn't, you know, we're not trying to get famous out of this, we're not trying to get rich out of it. There is no agenda to this other than us three absolute fucking morons just talking about video games and life, and just, you know, just being pals and just having fun. That's pretty much it, eh?
I always call myself a numpty, so I'll fit right in, it's fine.
Exactly, you fit in perfectly.
Fitting perfectly, but you're fitting better than I do, so half the time.
One other thing to add there is I like how open and bold you are on statements, because as I mentioned with the internet, I feel like a lot of folks on the internet now are really soft, and I don't like it. Like back in the day, if I fell out with Fletch or something, we'd maybe not talk for like the evening or whatever, and then the very next day it's like, sorry for what happened. No worries, pal, just having a bit of a banter, and then we're back to normal. Nowadays, if that happens, it's like, no, blocked, reported, sent to the police, get him fined, whatever. Like, come on, what happened?
It's just call him a dick and just get in it, basically. That's all it needs to be done. Don't look like specifically you're a monster addict. That's a whole different kettle of fish. But, you know, if you've got an issue with somebody, use your fucking words. I can't, because I stutter and I didn't get my own language. That's not the point. He's fucking talk it. And if they're being a dick, they're being a dick.
Well,
You're being a dick.
I'm saving the dick comment for when he tells her what he doesn't like.
You're the problem here. You monster drinking, paint stripping.
I'm not much better, to be fair. I've got loads of...
Which I've used up all my sass for the day. I've not got anything, mate. I'm not even sorry.
So yeah, just like complete honesty. Like if you have a thought on something, you don't like hide it or anything. You put it out front and whatever. Like, yep, this is what I said. That's it. Final. You got a problem? Fuck off. So I like that. As for stuff I don't like, honestly, I really tried hard. I went back to basically all the episodes. I tried to sort of go, wait a minute, is there something I'm not a huge fan of? And honestly, as hard as I tried, I couldn't really find anything. The only thing I could think of, and this is a stretch at best, is basically, when are we getting wood?
Yes, that's what I like. Well played, sir. Well played. Well played.
Honestly, though, I tried really hard to try and find some like nitpicks or little things I think you can improve on. Honestly, I couldn't find nothing. I think you're doing a fab job. I'm here. This is not me. Like, I'm not sponsored. I'm not handing it. I don't
Officially.
Like, whatever. This is just my honest opinion from one boy that likes games to 3 lads that likes games, and that's that. That's how I word it. And yeah, I just don't change, basically.
Too old to change.
That's fine, but same, to be honest.
Actually, sorry, Fletch, you're saying that. Where's my fucking Cyberpunk stream?
Oh,
Ooh.
You don't think I forgot about that, big man? Hell no!
you'll get it.
You me too.
I need to play that game. To be
Just
fair.
trying to figure out where the fuck that came from, Flump.
Give it a
I
go.
streamed that game like a year ago and just never went back to it for some reason.
You didn't need to money, Nipper. I'm talking to you. Give me that. Actually, well, I don't think I'm too early. I think I'm good.
Oh, you're good, man. It's just me. It's... Had real life stuff happen, you know.
Oh, boo. Boo. We don't do real life here.
I can't compete with that, you bastard. Sorry,
Right, I'm gonna wrap this up because there was a question on my list that I've missed, but I'm gonna add it into the end of the last question. I think when us three were talking about launching this, we sort of agreed that the last question should be sort of on the spot and sort of thought provoking, and add probably a bit of real life to it. So we're obviously big advocates of mental health here, and we've all sort of agreed from episode 1 that gaming is a big part of keeping ourselves in check.
Hugely.
So, on a sort of a personal level, me, and I don't think you'll mind me saying, me and James both lost our dads this year. So, that kind of leads me to say is, what does gaming mean to you? And how has gaming helped with, the pain and suffering that you've entailed? And we're both entailed, and I'll obviously add on to it because, I've used gaming for distractions and to try, counter sort of navigate my new normal in life, sort of thing. So it's a bit emotional, but yeah, take your time with the answer, mate.
No, that's fine. That's completely understandable. Yeah, so gaming to me is basically it's having a space where I can be like what I want to be, how I want to be, and not have to think about any consequence or anything that comes along with that. Like if I want to be this badass guy that goes about dying thousands of times to a single boss and then somehow winning later on, Dark Souls, I can be that. Or if I want to be part of a group that goes around saving the world, like Final Fantasy, I can do that. If I want to be scared out of my mind, which doesn't happen very often, but on occasion, I've brewed some like police station or whatever, and eventually fight some giant arse monster and come out of a exploding building, laboratory, whatever. That's Resident Evil. I can be all those while being my honest to God self, and it's just a nice little. I don't want to call it an escape. I don't really believe in the whole a good example would be something along the lines of folks that would drink the sort of like. Folks that are not like well, like whatever. Oh, the day's shite. Oh, I'll just drink it away. I don't believe in any of that. Yeah. And it's the same thing with like what's happened with me recently. I've been sad, obviously, that me and my mum as well, who I'm currently looking after as a full-time carer. So that's a privilege in its own right. So I'm happy to have that. But yeah, it's just nice that I have my space. I have my time where I can just be me and. Usually with friends as well, I'll be on Discord randomly yapping. Or Fletch, you'll just be like, let's play some Battlefield. Go on then, I'll jump on a couple hours, why not? It's just nice to have this little area where I can just say, fuck off world, I'm having me time now. And that's basically what I think about gaming. I don't use it as sort of like a coping mechanism or whatever. Like, yeah, bad stuff's happened, but at the end of the day, life goes on. And whether or not I'm sad, depressed, or whatever, well, life's going to go on regardless. So the best I can do is basically just man up and just move forward. And I've got all my memories up here, and that's where there's the thing here, of course. And that's where they're going to stay. And that's part of gaming to me. Obviously, my dad got me into gaming, as we talked about at the start. And I feel like that would be a bit of an insult now if I was to say, nah, my dad's not here anymore, so I'm not gaming anymore. Like, that's not me. Fuck up. I'm going to carry this until my turn, which hopefully is a long time from now. But yeah.
No, it's a really, really nice way of putting it. To be honest with you, James, we've talked at length about, you know, how, you know, some people see it as an escape, some people use it as a coping mechanism. I'd probably find
which I have no offense with. If anyone does do that, that's absolutely fine.
To be fair, I have done in the past, and to be honest with you, probably will do when, you know, when the inevitable, you know, tough times do come back around. But you know, as you said, you encapsulated it perfectly there by saying it doesn't matter what bad things happen to anybody. You know, the clock doesn't stop. The time doesn't just magically freeze. You know, tomorrow morning does come. Always does. Always will. And I think it's important that people realise that they're never alone. There are very, very few instances in this world where somebody is very, truly alone. It might feel like that sometimes, and it might feel like that a lot of times, but it's important that people realise that there are things, there are people, there are services, there are loads of things that encourage you not to be alone and not to get lost inside your head. And for me, video games is part of that, because it stops me in here a lot, where I don't need to be in here a lot of the time, but I tend to disappear in there sometimes, and the video games pulls me out of it because I'm concentrating on something, whether it's getting a weapon, getting a new spell, whatever the goal is in the game. I think it's just that focus allows you to keep moving forward.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Phone pen and dad?
Honestly, it's very similar to Nipper. So life just kind of wants to beat the shit out of you. You just have to find your way to deal with it. Obviously, gaming is it, and for me, it's just I'm happy just to sit here, turn the game on, and just literally just turn my brain off. Like there's no thinking. It's just monkey symbol, a little bit of drill, and it's just basically like that's what it doesn't matter if I'm playing Destiny, Space Marine, fucking Timbuktu meets whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll turn it on. Brain just turns off, and it's just a nice quiet few hours, and it just takes me out of any shit that I'm in.
Yep.
So that when I do come back to it, I'm a little bit rested for it, and I can just play on and just hit it with the old Stone Cold Stunner. I tell it to fuck off, and we just deal with it the next day. Simple as that.
Absolutely.
Aye, that's it.
Excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you answered that
Fucking beautifully.
better than what a lot of people could. To be fair, and I'm kind of with you in a way. Like, especially what Nipper says, I could just turn the game on, keeps you out of my head. I use work as a distraction. You know, it's just a distraction for me, because the times that I stop, it's the times when it hits me.
Definitely, yeah. I've had that.
And to be honest, it's not properly hit me. That obviously what's happened. So there'll come a time it will. And you know, there is people, like Nipper says, there's services out there. It's, especially being men, it is okay to talk. I regularly attend Andy's Man Club every Monday, and that has helped a lot. So yeah, gaming is a big part of our lives, and it'll continue to be. And everyone has their own opinions and sort of what gaming means to them. And yeah, I think we're all on the same wavelength of it allows us to be someone that we can't be sometimes, And that is it. But no, honestly, thank you very much for your time, and thanks for coming on as being the first guest to launch us. It's this segment, and yeah, I couldn't have. I don't think I could have picked a better first guest, to be fair.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Very, very
Genuinely,
good.
that was just magnificent. Yeah,
Very, very good.
and it's been an enjoyable time just listening to you talk.
Yep.
Like, I know that sounds stupid, but just sitting here, just listening to you, just tell your story is genuinely beautiful.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a different voice other than these two numpties sitting talking in my ear every now and again. So
It was good seeing Nipper's face light up when someone mentioned Final Fantasy.
I know, it's nice to have somebody else who likes the games.
Yeah, in my life.
Absolutely. No, listen, just a kind of the tiny little bit of housekeeping as well. Well, obviously, James, obviously we mentioned that you're a big streamer. We'll link all of your stuff below so that people can check you out as well, which is great. That's the idea.
Thank you.
We share all of this, so we'll finish that up there. But no, listen, from me and obviously I'm sure from these two as well. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's been
anytime. Anytime.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, thank you to you all as well for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed that. Something a bit different from us, a bit more real life mixed in with some video game shenanigans.
A little bit less chaotic. Let's be
A
honest.
little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
We've got to stick
Enough.
to it.
Perfect. That is all from us. So thank you all very, very much, folks, and we will see you again soon. Cheerio.
Take care.